Hi everyone, I'm the real Sean Caffrey. I don't normally do storytime videos like this, but this has been something that has been going on in my life outside of YouTube, and I feel like the time is right to discuss my experience with you all. Um, so picture this. It's March of 2024. My YouTube channel was doing fine. It's not the most successful channel in the world, let's get one thing straight. But one thing is for sure, it's definitely starting to gather a little more attention. However, behind the scenes was a different story. See, I have autism, and autism is different for everyone. In my case, I tend to struggle with sensory triggers, so I'm very sensitive. And one place that had a lot of sensory triggers would be school, particularly the secondary school area that I was in from first year to fifth year. And then came March 5th, 2024, when my stress reached a boiling point. I was already trying to work around a head cold that really wasn't helping my situation, but that day just so much happened, I felt like I was going to explode. I was venting to my SNA about what was making me upset, but to prevent myself from yelling something I'd later regret, I just ran to the next empty room when I fell. I guess running over to that room, plus my school bag on my back, caused me to fall. My hands were slightly grazed, but they were nothing serious. And then there was my right knee. It hit the ground so hard that I couldn't try to get up and walk. I needed to hold on to something or someone in order to walk the smallest distance. Naturally, an ambulance had to be called, and I was taken to the hospital. After an x-ray was taken, we were informed that my kneecap was broken, so an operation had to be done on my knee in a few days' time. After my dad came to pick myself and Mam from the hospital, I had a McDonald's drive-thru and I just tried to gather my thoughts when I got back home. Suffice to say, I was not gonna go back to school anytime soon with my leg being hurt this bad, because I couldn't even go upstairs to my bedroom to go to bed. I had to sleep downstairs. I used the mattress on my bed, and I used the couch in the games room. I have a little games room with the computer. There's a little couch in that room, and that can be folded into a bed, and we put the mattress on that to ensure I was comfortable. It was a few days later, my SNA visited my house with a box full of goodies from everyone at my special ASD unit at school. There's a special unit in my school for people with autism, like myself. And my SNA, I'm not going to address them by name, but they have been nothing but brilliant for supporting me during this time. Anyway, now take this with a grain of salt, but I believe the operation was on the 14th. What I can say for certain was that since this was the first operation I've ever had in my life, I was very nervous about going in. But I didn't feel anything because I was put to sleep while the operation was being done. Once the operation was done, I noticed that my hearing hadn't fully recovered. I seemed to hear things at a lower pitch than normal. I tested my hearing by listening to the Fireman Sam intro until I could hear things normally again. While I was on the mend, I passed the time either playing on the Nintendo Switch, I played a lot of Super Mario Party and Super Mario Odyssey, and I introduced myself to some new shows. They ranged from British adult comedies like The In-Betweeners or The Young Ones to Disney Channel animated shows like Amphibia, The Owl House, Big City Dreams, and my favorite so far, The Ghost and Molly McGee. I was making regular hospital visits, and I still needed to watch what I did with my knee, but it was definitely mending. Now, keep in mind, throughout all of this, I had to have crutches and a leg brace. And then, one day in May, I forget which exact day, but in May, my leg was fully healed. I did not need the crutches, I did not need the leg brace. And that leads us to today. My leg is a lot more flexible now, and all that remains is the scar. Both the physical scar on my leg and the mental scar from what happened on that day. Thank you all so much for supporting me during this tough time. And yeah, you guys are great. You'll also be happy to know that my school life nowadays is not nearly as stressful as it was back then, because I have my own space to do my work, and my work performance is a lot better if I can think, and I can't think in a noisy classroom with other students chatting among themselves and the teacher trying to shut everyone up. But I do not have to worry about that anymore. Thank you for your patience, and I'll see you soon.